Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of Kundalini Yoga. My name is Lana Labonte, or Sundari Kirinkar is my spiritual name. Make sure you have space. We're going to be doing some physical movements that require a mat, a nice amount of space for you to be able to stretch out, lay out. In the time being, let us find ourselves in a nice easy seated position, sitting with the bolster or blanket to prop yourself up, to allow for the natural lower lumbar curve where the pelvis tilts forward. Each vertebrae is neatly stacked one over the other, like someone is pulling a string from the crown of your head and elongating up through the crown of the head. You're getting longer, taller. You're stretching up to the sky. And in this position, I want you to bring your shoulders forward, roll them up to the ears and back down the back, bringing the shoulder blades down and together. Opening up the heart space, creating space in the lungs so that you can get more air in, more life force, more prana. The more space you create, the more breath you can take in. In this position, making sure that your chin is level with the floor, ears are over the shoulders, and shoulders are over the hips. Closing your eyes down, start breathing long and deep into the pelvic floor, expanding out through the belly, the ribs expand, the chest lifts, and on the exhale, the chest lowers, the ribs contract, the belly pulls in and up at the navel point. And again, we expand, inhaling, and we contract on the exhale. Softening the face, softening the jaw, softening the sides of the neck. Scanning your body for any areas of tension, discomfort, dis-ease. Sending that prana, that breath, that life force to soften in those areas. With the eyes closed down, breathing long and deep. Notice what you're feeling, if anything is arising. Bring the hands to heart center, start briskly rubbing them together. Set an intention for your practice. Bringing the hands together. Thumbs in at the notch in between the breasts. Chest lifted, shoulders back, elbows parallel to the floor. Just a little bit of pressure in the hands. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Inhale to synchronize the breath. Exhale, release. We tune in with the Adi Mantra. Inhale. Exhale 3 to 5 times in one breath each time. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale. Exhale. And on the next inhale, we'll chant the Adi Mantra. Inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. inhale, suspend the breath, pull in and up at the root log, the anus, the sex organs, and navel point. Press the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Draw the energy up the spine. If you need to sip in a little bit more air, if you ever feel you can't hold, you just inhale just a little bit more. And then exhale, release the hands down on the knees, just closing your eyes, go within, sitting with any intention that you have for your practice. Giving yourself permission to be fully here, fully present in this here. This is your opportunity for you to get to know you more deeply, to develop your intuition, your confidence, your courage, and your trust in you. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Today we are going to do a Kriya for the third body, which is also the positive body, and our solar plexus. This is also the seat of our will. It's often associated with the color yellow, and it's our navel center. So we want to have a strong navel center, so that when we speak words of love, they're also in this position of knowingness. You're standing in your power, your personal power. And quite often, if we're really weak in our navel center, then we don't have the will power, the power behind our will, to stand in our courage. Le cœur. So everything has to rise up through the chakras. In order for us to fully express ourselves, we need to come from the bottom on up. It has to come through naturally, just like a wave, like a flow. There must be momentum behind it. And so, the red, the root chakra is all about stability and security. Then you have this orange, we have the sexual organs, we have the second chakra, which is all about creativity. But in order to come up, you have to have the will and the power behind anything that you do to push it through. And because when you get up to the heart space, you want it to come out like a lion, right? You want to roar with all that heart, that love, whether it comes out the throat or through your eyes or just in your presence. We want to mix the energies from the lower chakras up to the higher chakras. So we really want to work on the third body. And with this, we're going to work on the navel center. Let's do a little bit of stretching here though. Let's start out with some Sufi grinds. So we inhale, pulling the chest forward. Exhale, come around the back, come around the sides. Really open up the sides of the body, opening up the vertebrae and the spine. Really going within and just breathing into all those areas in the body, opening up those spaces. Feeling into yourself. Kindness on yourself. We have to be kind on ourselves. Our innermost dialogue is often the most negative, unkind dialogue. So we have to shift that and shake off all the unkindness and shift it over back into the love, the space. Treat ourselves better with more dignity, more grace. Inhale to center, change directions. Opening up the back body, which is just as important as the front of the body. The back and the front are no better or worse, especially the sides. We have to open it all up. We have to balance. Try to keep your head level over the hips. Life is all about seeking that balance. And the only reason we're able to recognize imbalance is because of contrast, because of polarity. Life is like swinging on a pendulum, and if you notice, you can be on one extreme side or the other. And the reason you notice is because you're extremely happy or you're extremely unhappy. But when you're just right, neither one of those is going to exist. You're going to find yourself in that perfect center of bliss, which we're constantly seeking to be in. Really breathe into any areas of tightness or stiffness, any tension. Give it your attention. Breathe. Create the space with the breath. Inhale up to center. Exhale, release. Stretch the legs forward of you and do some life nerve stretches. So move the fleshy part of your buttocks away, grounding those sits bones into the earth. You want to sit in a way that your back is straight and that your heart is lifted. It doesn't matter if all you can do is lean forward this far. You're going to honor your body wherever you're at. Your hands may be on your thighs, your knees, your shins, your ankles, or the ideal perfect position would be to wrap your peace fingers around the big toes and press the thumbs into the big toenails, which stimulates the pituitary gland. The inhalation is up, the exhalation is reaching from the heart, the head follows last on the exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, Sat, exhale, Nam. Inhale, up and down. Make it powerful, create that space that allows you to soften and bring more comfort to your discomfort. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. Use the Bij mantra to keep your mind from getting caught off in a direction that is not present from this moment. The more powerful your breath, the more deep your healing. Inhale up, squeeze the body, squeeze the root lock, lift up through the crown of the head, elongate, press the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Exhale, reach from the heart, folding forward. You can round the back and let the head drop down. Just relax here for a moment. Breathe into the backs of the legs, into the back. And now come up. And we will begin the Kriya. The first posture, we're sitting like this. Ideally, the hands are at the sides of the hips. we're going to lean back just slightly, but we want to maintain a neck lock. So the head is just slightly tucked back, and you want to feel the pressure along the sides of the neck. So with the neck lock, your head is still level over your shoulders, but you're maintaining your head and reaching up through the crown of the head. The hands at the sides, we leaning back. We lift the left leg up to 60 degrees and then bring it back down. And then we alternate and lift the right leg up and bring it down. And begin. Inhale up, exhale down. Use the power for the breath. Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Reaching up through the feet. Inhale up, squeeze the root lock, the rectum, the sex organs, the navel point. Press the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Exhale, release. Windshield wiper the legs for just a moment. The next posture we're going to use breath of fire. Breath of fire is like a dog panting with an equal inhale, equal exhale. And then you're going to do it with your mouth closed, in and out of your nose. The navel comes in on the exhale. You don't want to do this if you're on a heavy day of your moon cycle, you're pregnant with glaucoma or high blood pressure. This is your practice. This is the yoga of awareness. You do you, and listen to your body and try to discern whether your mind tries to talk you out of it. So breath of fire is like this. Equal inhale, equal exhale. If you need to slow it down, you can. If you want to speed it up, you can do whatever feels right for you. So we're going to come into this very much like Pilates. We're bringing the legs up to 60 degrees and the arms are going to be parallel to the ground with the palms facing down. We're going to come into this position. This is the position. Reach up through the legs. If you cannot reach up with the legs, visualize in your mind's eye you're doing the perfect posture, because it's still the body listening to the mind. The body will respond to whatever the mind visualizes, like as if you're already doing it. So come into position, your perfect position, and begin breath of fire. Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Keep the heart and chest lifted. Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Keep going. You're doing great. You're halfway there. If your body's shaking, that's your nervous system resetting. Keep going. Inhale, suspend the breath, perfect the posture, squeeze. Exhale, release the legs down, come up. Windshield wiper the legs. Give yourself just a moment, integrate, breathe normally. Allow the energy to move, circulate through the body. At any time between these postures, we take a brief relaxation. I want you to just close your eyes, go within, and be mindful of whatever's arising. Really tune in. Allow the energy to move. Your cells are being reawakened, they're being re-enlivened. You are being brought back to you. The breath brings us to the present moment when we are mindful and conscious of our breath. The next posture is frog pose. So we come standing up but squatting down, where ideally we have our heels touching, the feet are elevated, so you're on your toes, just like a froggy. You're squatting down just like a frog would squat. This is the inhalation. The fingers are going to be right in front of you. Your legs don't want to be too close in. You want them to be comfortable and wide out. Heels touching the entire time. When we inhale, we bring our buttocks up to the sky, our head looks down. This is the inhalation, and this is the exhalation. We lift the heart through the arms and the head looks forward. So inhale here. We're just going to do this for a minute. And begin. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale Sat, exhale Nam. Keep the heels lifted and visualize whenever you are challenged physically from doing the perfect posture. Last 10 seconds. Inhale up, squeeze the body. Exhale, the feet can come down with hip width or wider than hip width distance apart, and just let your body hang down for a moment. You can shake your head, rock your hips, wag your dog, bend your knees, do whatever you need to do to loosen up. Let the back decompress, let gravity pull you down, and breathe. And now inhale, come down on your knees, sitting on your heels ideally. If this is a challenging position for you, you can place a bolster between your legs or between your heels and your buttocks. Or you can use a blanket. Whatever you have available to you, use it. The next posture is called Guru Pranam. We're sitting on our heels. We're going to lay our forehead down on the ground with the arms stretched out in front of us. On the inhale, we're going to inhale, and then we're going to exhale and apply the Mulabandh, the rectum, the sex organs, and the navel point. Then we're going to release that lock. Inhale again, and then on the exhale, pull it all in. So the inhalation, we inhale, exhale, and pull the Mulabandh. We inhale, exhale, and pull the locks, the rectum, the sex organs, the navel point. So hands are out on the floor, stretched out in front of you. Come down on the floor, forehead on the ground, arms stretched out in front of you. Inhale, exhale, apply the lock. Inhale, release, and exhale, apply the lock. And keep this pattern. Inhale, suspend the breath. Stretch the arms even further. Exhale, bring your hands under your shoulders, press yourself up, and come lying on your back. Bending your knees, place your palms up by your sides. We're going to raise the legs up to 90 degrees. The palms are facing up to the sky. This is the inhalation. This is the exhalation, coming down. Inhale up. Exhale, coming down. Palms facing up, but if you need to place your hands under your buttocks to support yourself as you come down, you do what you need to do for your body. Inhale up, Sat. Exhale, Nam, down. Inhale, Sat. Exhale, Nam. Make it controlled. It's not flopping. You really want to strengthen the navel. So press the navel into the back, into the floor. Squeezing the buttocks helps. Really concentrate that energy at the navel center. Inhale up. Exhale down. Make this your last one. Inhale the legs straight up. Exhale, bend the knees. Just make the feet wider than hip distance apart. Bring the knees together by the hips. And just go within and notice what you feel. Concentrate on the navel center. And now, come around, lying on your stomach. We're going to come into Cobra pose. Cobra pose, you want to maintain your hips square on the ground. Your hip bones are down on the ground. You're not lifting up into what most would call a downward dog in other forms of yoga. We're just going to press ourselves up. Maybe your elbows are on the floor. Maybe your hands are further in front of you. Whatever you do, elongate through the crown of the head. Lengthen the spine. Feet are down on the ground. And come up into long, deep breathing. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Shoulder blades gliding down the back. Heart lifted. Come from the heart space. Keep the pelvis down on the ground. Long, slow, deep breathing. Inhale here. Exhale, come down. You can place your hands under your head and just rock your hips side to side. Give yourself just a little break here before we move on to dynamic cobras. All right. Again, at any point, a posture is too challenging and difficult for your body. You listen to your body and you close your eyes and visualize yourself doing the perfect posture. You do the best to your ability. You trust and honor your body wherever you're at. And then you just visualize, because that in itself is the key to breaking through whatever obstacles or challenges your body may truly be having. But you have to be willing to trust and visualize that you can do it even in your mind. So what we're going to do here is we're going to come up into plank, and then we're going to come back down into Cobra. And you're going to do 7 of those. So let's begin. Inhale up into plank, exhale down into Cobra. There's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. And now come down for just a moment. Now we're going to hold the Cobra with breath of fire. So coming into the position. Inhale up and begin breath of fire. Head is lifted, heart is lifted, shoulders down and back. Halfway there, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Use the Bij mantra in equal inhale, equal exhale. Inhale, suspend the breath. Pull the root lock. Exhale, release. Now inhale, looking over the left shoulder. Exhale, looking over the right. And continue this pattern. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, Sat. Exhale, Nam. Inhale to center. Squeeze the root lock. Exhale, slowly come down. Place one hand over the other. Place your forehead on your hands and rock your hips side to side. Loosening up that lower back, releasing, relaxing into this. Just give yourself a break here. Now inhale. Exhale. Press the hands under the shoulders. Bring the knees in a little and come back into baby pose just to stretch out the back for a moment. Placing the forehead on the floor. And then when you're ready, come sitting up on your heels. We're going to try to stay on our heels if you can. Closing the eyes down, placing your hands in your lap. Place the right hand in the palm of the left with the thumb tips touching, and just go within and just meditate here. It's a brief pause to just go within and be present with yourself. Meditate on the sound of your breath. Inhale. Exhale, open your eyes. Moving on to the next posture. If you can sit in celibate pose, that is the ideal. Celibate pose, you want to sit up for a second, spread the calves away, sitting between your heels. This is the ideal. If you can't do this, stay in rock pose, or maybe you even use a little bit of a bolster. Sometimes if I can't get all the way down into celibate pose, I may be able to get down just a little, but my back rounds, I use the bolster just at the very tailbone. This next posture is Sat Kriya. We make Charlie's Angel's hands like we have a gun. For women, the left thumb is on top and the right pinky's on the bottom. For men, it's the right thumb on top of the left, and it's the left pinky on the bottom. Get into position. We bring the hands overhead and we squeeze the arms around the ears. We pull the navel back in and up on the Sat, and the Nam, it softens and releases, and it's a short Nam. So it sounds like this. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. And the Nam is like an exhalation. So if you can really get into this posture, into this chanting, this particular Kriya, you'll notice the Sat is like an inhale and the Nam is a soft and short exhale. Inhale to begin. Sat, Nam, 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 set, 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 Nam. Inhale, suspend the breath, pull the root log. Squeeze the spine, elongate and reach up through the fingertips. Circulate the energy from the tailbone all the way up through the crown. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale a little bit more if you need to. Exhale, sweep the arms down your sides, brushing your aura, and come sitting in easy pose. Keep your eyes closed down. Your hands are in Gyan Mudra on the knees. And just sit here and meditate. When you're ready, inhale. Exhale. Come lying on your back. The next exercise is stretch pose with long, deep breathing. We come with our head and our feet 6 inches off the floor with the palms of our hands over our hips, straight out. Have a nice little break right afterward. So coming lying on your back. Again, visualization is key. Maybe you're not able to do this for very long, but build up to it. Because again, this is all about the navel center. So when you're coming into this, intrinsically squeeze all the muscles in like you're zipping up some jeans. Just like you would be zipping up those jeans. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Reach up through the toes. And just breathe long and deep here. Elongate through the crown of the head, through the tips of the toes.
Press the navel center to the floor. Focus at the eyes at the toenails. Last 10 seconds. You got this. Inhale, suspend the breath. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, let the feet come wider than hip distance apart. Palms up to the sky. And just melt. Relax into the floor. Go within. This is just a short break. Now take a deep inhalation. Exhale with a sigh. Inhale. Bring the feet up. Knees into the chest. Rock side to side. We're going to rock and roll the length of the spine a couple times up to easy seated position for Kriya again. And now come sitting. This time while we're chanting Sat Nam for Kriya, we're sitting in easy seated position. We want to mentally chant Sat and visualize the energy rising up the spine. And then as we exhale and chant Nam, we're going to visualize it going out the top of our head. Come into position and begin. Sat Nam, 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 set, now, 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 set, now. Inhale, suspend the breath and pull the root lock and circulate the energy up the spine. Press the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Squeeze the spine, squeeze the arms, reach, reach, reach. Inhale a little bit more. Exhale, sweep the arms down at your sides. Come sitting on your heels again and bring your forehead to the ground with your arms at your sides. Just breathe here. And now begin chanting long Oms. Long, slow. Om. 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 O-N-G. Om. Last one. Inhale, suspend the breath. Exhale, place the hands under the shoulders and press yourself up. Sit with your legs extended out. I'm going to shake your legs out. Now, with the keeping the left leg extended out, we're going to bring the right foot, ideal versus real, on top of the left thigh. This is the ideal. If this is not possible, you just want to bring the foot into the inner hip crease of the left thigh. But otherwise, I'll show you the perfect posture and you modify to what works for you. We're going to take the peace fingers of the left hand, wrap them around the big toe of the left foot. And if this isn't reachable, maybe you're just here, but visualization at any point is perfect. Now, we're going to take the right hand, we're going to bring it around and wrap it around, and if your foot is on top of your thigh, you're going to grab the big toe of the right foot. Then we're going to look over the right shoulder with long, deep breathing. And begin. Keeping the heart lifted, reaching up through the crown of the head, chin is level with the floor. Again, visualize you're doing the perfect posture. This is so good. And keeping your eyes open, you can keep looking further to the right. Really stretching out the eyes. See if you can stretch a little bit more. Last 10 seconds. Inhale. Exhale, unwind. Stretch out the right leg. And now we're going to come to the other side, because what we do on one side, we do on the other. The right leg is extended. The left foot will come up on top of the thigh or in the inner hip crease. We take the peace fingers of the right hand and wrap them around the big toe of the right foot. We take the left hand, we reach around and grab the big toe and squeeze that big toe. And lift up through the crown of the head, turning the body, looking over the left shoulder, keeping the eyes closed down or open. Keep the eyes open, breathing long and deep here. Keep that heart lifted. Tilt the pelvis forward. Really root into the sits bones. Reach up from the crown of the head. Keep the head level with the floor. Looking over the left shoulder. Keep the shoulders back. See if you can stretch a little bit more. Last 10 seconds. Inhale. Exhale, unwind. Stretch out the legs. Windshield wiper the feet. ready, come lie on your back. The next posture is stretch pose again, but we're doing it for shorter time, and then we have a little relaxation. So we'll hold the posture for 30 seconds, we relax for a minute, and we do that 3 times each. Coming into position, lying on your back. We lift the head and the feet up 6 inches and begin long, deep breathing.
Squeeze the midline, squeeze the buttocks, extend through the feet, extend through the head. You got 10 seconds. Inhale, exhale, release. Come lying on your back, just relax here for a minute.
I'll bring the feet together and let's go for another round.
Inhale up and long, slow, deep breathing. It's okay if your body shakes. That's just your nervous system resetting, recalibrating. Inhale. Exhale, release.
Relax down again for another minute. It's a great way to build up your stamina, your core, your strength. Intervals. You challenge yourself and then you give yourself a rest and relaxation. And then you challenge yourself again and you relax. This is how we build muscle. Through repetition, through pushing past our edge, but not to the point of pain. Not to the point of doing harm to ourselves. All right, this is your last one. Bring the feet together. Inhale up
And begin long, slow, deep breathing. Squeeze the midline. Elongate through the toes, through the head. Keep your eyes fixated on the toenails. Hands over the hips. Inhale. Exhale and just relax.
There you go. You did your round of 3.
All right, we have one more posture. So bring the feet up. Bring the knees into the chest. Go ahead and rock and roll up.
Come sitting on your heels. Close your eyes down. Focus at the third eye point. And meditate on the etheric silver cord that is inside of the spine from the root chakra to the fifth chakra, which is the throat. So imagining and meditating, hands in your lap, your right hand in the palm of your left, thumb tips touching. Meditate on that etheric silver cord between the root chakra and the fifth chakra, the throat. Inhale. Exhale. Our last posture before we come into a deep relaxation is Sat Kriya once again. Sitting on our heels, hands in Charlie's Angels. Come into position, arms hugging the ears. And begin. Sat, Nam, 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 Sat, Nam,
set, na, 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 set, na. Inhale, suspend the breath, pull the root lock, squeeze the spine, squeeze the energy all the way up, squeeze the entire body. Squeeze, 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 reach up through the fingertips, elongate. Press the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Inhale a little bit more if you need to. Exhale, let the arms sweep down, brushing your aura. Sit here for a moment and go within. When you're ready, come lying on your back for a nice deep relaxation. Very well deserved. Congratulations for making it through. Go ahead and lie on your back, making sure that you have everything you need. If you need to place a bolster under your knees. Start to relax your mind, your body. Go ahead and inhale and squeeze the hands into fists, stretching the arms out. Squeeze the buttocks, the feet, the back, the stomach, the thighs. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the face. Exhale with a sigh. Go ahead and do that one more time. Inhale. Squeeze every fiber of your being. Squeeze it up, squeeze it up. Squeeze the back. Side out. And now just scanning your body, breathing. On every inhalation, send the prana to any areas that are still tense. Giving yourself permission to just soften even more.
Start to bring some awareness back to your body, your breath. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles in one direction. And then change directions. Inhale the arms overhead, stretching from the fingertips all the way through the toes. Elongate the body. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale with a sigh. Do that again. Inhale, stretching. Let it out. Start to bring the knees into the chest, rocking side to side, massaging the back. Massaging the kidneys. And bring your knees out a little bit. Massage the buttocks, the sacrum. Then extend the right leg along the floor. Place the left foot on the right knee. Scoot your bottom over to the left. And then with the right hand, bring the knee across the body, looking over the left shoulder. Squeezing out the inner organs. Nice cat stretch. Then inhale back to center. Bend the right leg up. Extend the left foot along the floor. Place the right foot on top of the left knee. Scoot your bottom over to the right. And then bring that right knee across the body, looking over the left, over to the right. Breathing long and deep. And come back to center. Square the hips on the floor. Bring the knees into the chest. Bring the pads of the feet together and the palms of the hands. Start briskly rubbing them, waking up the 72,000 nadis, the nerve endings, and grounding you back into your physical body. And then bring the knees into the chest and start to rock and roll the length of your spine 3 to 5 times, really flushing out the spine. And then come back up, sitting in easy seated position. With the eyes closed down, just go within and notice what you're feeling. Hands on your knees in Gyan Mudra, heart lifted. Inhale. Exhale, and you can open your eyes. So this is a little bit more of an advanced Kriya that we did today, and I hope you all enjoyed it. You can always come back. That is the beauty of these Kriyas, is you can come back and do them again and again and again. I'm going to share, before we close out with the Long Time Sunshine, there's a book by Michael Singer called The Untethered Soul.
I don't know if any of you have read it, but it's a great book just to open up and just randomly read. And what I opened up today was chapter 11, Pain, the Price of Freedom. One of the essential requirements for true spiritual growth and deep personal transformation is coming to peace with pain. No expansion or evolution can take place without change, and periods of change are not always comfortable. Change involves challenging what is familiar to us and daring to question our traditional needs for safety, comfort, and control. This is often perceived as a painful experience. Ironically, the pain is not actually in the body, but in the mind. But eventually the mind listens. The body listens to the mind, and it manifests in some way, shape, or form as a physical pain. So he continues with, become familiar with the pain. This is part of your growth. Even though you may not actually like the feeling of inner disturbance, you must be able to sit quietly inside and face them as if you want to see where they come from. Once you can face your disturbances, you will realize that there is a layer of pain seated deep in the core of your heart. This pain is so uncomfortable, so challenging, and so destructive to the individual self that your entire life is spent avoiding it. Your entire personality is built upon ways of being, thinking, acting, and believing that were developed to avoid this pain, hence coping mechanisms and survival skills. Since avoiding the pain prohibits you from exploring the part of your being that is beyond that layer, real growth takes place when you finally decide to deal with the pain. Because the pain is at the core of the heart, it radiates out and it affects everything you do. But this pain is not the physical pain that you receive as messages from your body. Physical pain is only there when something is psychologically wrong. Inner pain is always there, underneath, hidden by the layers of our thoughts and emotions. We feel it most when our hearts go into turmoil, like when the world does not meet our expectations. This is an inner psychological pain. The psyche is built upon avoiding pain, and as a result, it has fear of pain as its foundation. That is what caused the psyche to be. To understand this, notice that if the feeling of rejection is a major problem for you, you will fear experiences that cause rejection. That fear will become part of your psyche, even though the actual events causing rejection are infrequent. You will have to deal with the fear of rejection all the time. That is how we create a pain that is always there. If you are doing something to avoid pain, then that pain is running your life. All of your thoughts and feelings will be affected by your fears. I believe this is a deep message for many people right now. Right? Pain, fear, change. You will come to see that any behavior based upon the avoidance of pain becomes a doorway to the pain itself. If you're afraid of being rejected by someone and you approach that person with the intention of winning their acceptance, you are skating on thin ice. All they have to do is look at you sideways or say the wrong thing, and you will feel the pain of rejection. You're going to be dancing on the edge of rejection throughout the interaction. One way or another, the feelings you experience will work their way back on to the motive behind your actions. The avoidance of pain is what your actions are linked to, and you will feel that link in your heart. The heart is where pain comes from, and this is why you feel so many disturbances as you go through the day. You have this core of pain deep in your heart. Your personality traits and behavior patterns are all about avoiding this pain. You avoid it by keeping your weight a certain way, wearing certain clothes, talking a certain way, and choosing a certain hairstyle. Everything you do is about avoidance of this pain. If you want to validate this, just see what happens. If someone mentions your weight or criticizes your clothes, you feel pain. Every time you do something in the name of avoiding pain, that something becomes a link that holds the potential for the pain you're avoiding. Ooh, that's important to recognize. Yeah. So if you don't want to deal with pain at its core, then what you do to avoid it had better work. If you are hiding yourself in a busy social life, then anything anyone does that challenges your self-esteem, such as not inviting you to an event, will cause you to feel pain. Let's say you call a friend to go see a movie and they say they're busy. Some people feel hurt by that. You will feel pain if the reason you called them was the avoidance of pain. Let's say you go outside and you call your dog. Hey Spot, come here, and he doesn't come. If the reason you called Spot was to feed him, you just put the bowl down and let him eat when he wants. But if you called Spot because you had a hard day and Spot didn't come, you would feel pain. Even the dog doesn't like me. Why would there be heartfelt pain in the dog not coming? Why would there be pain in a friend saying they are going someplace else and they can't go to the movie today with you? How does that generate pain? It is because deep inside there is a pain that you have not processed. Your attempt to avoid this pain has created layer upon layer of sensitivities that are linked to the hidden pain. I wanted to share that with you today because many people don't realize that the things that they're experiencing are those deep layers of pain. You're cooped up in your home. You're unable to do the things you would normally do. Your routines have been upended. Your life is on hold, or you feel you're being held back. Now is the time to unpeel, unravel the layers and really dig deep within yourself and recognize where you have put on a mask or a facade so that it didn't reveal your deepest, truest hurts and pains. Because when you're willing to sit with your pain, it no longer feels the same. When you're willing to do the work, to go where it feels the most uncomfortable, you will find your comfort within the discomfort. But it takes your willingness, your effort, your dedication, devotion to you for you to find the truth of who you are. We are not our pain. That pain was simply an experience. And even furthermore, he continues to say, there was a place where I started to read, because ultimately it's just an experience that is a part of the universe, just like the rest of us. If we are willing to take every experience and glean the wisdom, the lesson, the blessing that it brought us, as opposed to clinging on to what we didn't want to happen, we insist happened, or just the wish that it didn't ever happen. That in itself is the cause of our pain, the attachment. Because when we hold on to something, we don't let go. We're not free. We're not liberated. We're shackled. We have created our own suffering because we're so passionate, so attached. If we could just let it go and sit with it, lean into it, but don't hold on to it. Just be with it and ask, what does it have to tell me about myself? What is the lesson in this experience? What is the lesson in this pain? What is my gift? Because your gift lies inside that pain. You don't have to relive it and relive it and relive it. You have to be willing to lean into it and acknowledge that it's a piece of you and it needs just as much love
as all the other parts. You are enough. You are worthy. You just need to be willing to see that. And so let's pull a card from the notes from the universe. These are Mike Dooley's cards. Send out whatever it is. You have a question, a desire, a need to know. What would you like? What is meant for you in your highest good? Aha, this one right here. Ah, this will be interesting. So it says, don't be misled. When fear speaks, it's always wrong, unless being chased by wild beasts. And when love speaks, it's always right, and usually bouncy. Game on, says the universe. Don't be misled by your fears. Don't let your pain take you out of your peace, but be willing to bring your peace to your pain and your greatest joys to your fear. And know that when fear speaks, it's always wrong, and when love speaks, it's always right, and it's bouncy, free, and light. It's the best message you could get, especially in this day and age when things around you seem to be going whichever way but the way you want them to be. Just remember, when things are out of control, you only have control of what is in the moment for you and how you respond to it. You have the power within you, and I hope that this particular Kriya reawakens the seat of your will, your positive body, your positive mind, and your willpower. The power behind your will, you have it, unless you choose to give it away. And remember that you're always being watched by loving eyes. Because what if you're actually an ancient gladiator of love and joy who agreed to visit the earth during these primitive years to spark some new thinking, share a few smiles, and help others discover they too are awesome? Just saying, the universe. P.S. Up for a joust, of course, with rubber thingies. So go have some fun today. Let us close out with a long time sunshine and a long Sat Nam. Bring your hands to heart center. Thumbs in at the little notch. Inhale to begin. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on. Inhale for one long Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Go out and have fun today. Stand in your power and play. Play, play, play. I love you all. Have an amazingly blessed day.